What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Thought I would take you along on this little recovery walk. It is my day off and I wanted to explain a few things that have been going on. I know you guys have seen some vlogs recently and have been curious to know where I am, what team I'm playing for. Some of you have guessed it correctly, some of you have not, but I wanted to clear the air on some stuff and maybe talk a little bit about some mindset stuff that I'm starting to get into that I'm really stoked about. Let's get into it. Currently listening to a absolutely fantastic book. It's called It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. One of my inspirations for a lot of the mental stuff that I work through. I've actually started working with a sports psychologist very recently, which has been absolutely fantastic, Dr. Cassidy Preston. So hit him up if you need anything. So I thought I would take this time. This is a little bit of an impromptu video because this week has been really, really good as far as an opportunity for me to really learn and understand what it's like to sit down with myself and figure out the best way for moving forward in a team-like scenario. So my team was actually in the West Coast this weekend, or this whole entire week. I've had 10 days now to be on my own and with my wife, and then with a couple other players who didn't go. And I take this as an opportunity. Some of you might be saying like, oh, what the heck, you're not going? Like, are you not on the team anymore? Are you getting cut? And that was my initial reaction, right? When the coach said, hey, I want to talk to you after training session, but you're not going to travel with us. So it turned out actually that the reason why I didn't go was because I had totally overdone it in training the last week. I had trialed with the club and I've been here for almost a month and a half now, played incredibly well in front of the new coach. And he said, dude, you've been playing so well. And then all of a sudden it looked like you got so fatigued. And he's like, when was the last time you took time off? And I said, well, I've been injured since I was injured in April, had surgery in June. So 9 months of constant working out. 2-a-days, triple days. You guys have seen all of the footage of me in the water doing crazy swims and all that stuff. And I told them that, and I said, I haven't really had a proper break since then. And I think a lot of players in that situation, I would hope, would take it as an opportunity to absolutely start thriving and take the proper rest and really understand that it's not about not being good enough and not playing well, but that you just need rest. And that was the case for me this week. And it's really challenging, even, I'd say, at first, to come out and be like, I didn't travel because I overdid it. Well, dude, that's because I have overdone it on a couple different times. And that's why I got injured sometimes. And I think it's really important that you guys, as viewers of this channel, understand that the work that I'm putting in is really great, and all of the extra efforts, extra lifting sessions, the swim, the thousands of meters of swimming that I was doing to get back into this professional game is amazing, but there is a point at which you have to kind of say, hey, my body needs a little bit of rest. And that's something that's super, super important. So that's what I wanted to lead this video with, and just sort of share that story, because I do think it's a really important piece of being a professional athlete, is also knowing when, hey, like, you gotta just take a chill pill, relax. You always have to be training and playing games at 100%, and if you're not, the coach notices that. And I am really grateful and blessed and I guess lucky and circumstance and all that stuff to have a coach who really believes in me and who took the time to pick me out of the training session and say, dude, like, what's going on? Like, it's clearly not a skill issue. It's clearly not a talent issue or a working hard issue. It might be a working too hard issue. So how do we fix that? Well, you're gonna stay home. The team's gonna travel. They're gonna have a blast, I'm sure. They're gonna have a great time, but you're not gonna go, and it's because I need you to rest and I need you to be back to where you were when I first saw you play. And that's a really, really difficult message to hear, right? Especially because given where I was in the last several weeks of playing really well and being a leader on the team and all that stuff, I was in a really good place. So it is really difficult to hear as a professional player being like, I'm back in that environment again. I'm back as, a full-time pro, and I'm in a really great environment with a good coach, good owner, good situation, good living situation for my wife too, which also takes a big stress off my shoulders. But that's something that I wanted to open up about actually, is that stressors. So in my head, I'm thinking, hey guys, I've got the YouTube that I'm really passionate about, and I'm really, really excited to make videos for you guys. So there's 2 videos a week that I've been producing for almost a year and a half now. So that's again, not a bad stress, but something that I'm doing. I'm working on building an app, which is super exciting, and that's gonna be coming out very soon. So that's a lot of work, and that's, quote unquote stress, an extra thing. And on top of the fact of being a professional player, you've got the stress of constantly needing to perform on the pitch in training. I've got my wife, who I feel very responsible for. She's here in America as an Australian citizen, and I know we've talked multiple times, and I know she feels, good about it and stuff, but as somebody who has taken on that responsibility, I definitely have felt that emotional stress as well. And so I think this past week has been a beautiful opportunity, thanks to my coach who picked it out, of sitting here and just relaxing a little bit, taking time to work through those feelings and work through those stressors, and jumping on an opportunity to get with an amazing sports psychologist. And again, this isn't therapy. This isn't fixing anything wrong. It's just, how do I always perform at the optimal level so that I can go from my professional training to a beautiful lunch with my wife, and then go and work on the app, or go and work on another awesome YouTube video for you guys and create this content. And at the end of the day, I think it's all about it's all about optimum performance and staying neutral throughout the whole thing. So I'm not getting so excited or so down. I'm just I'm riding that. And that was actually something that my Australian coach had talked about quite a lot, Goran Stajic. He's amazing. He's the Paralympic Pararoo team head coach, which is awesome as well, or he's on the staff. And back at Rockingham City, and he always used to talk about, guys, I know we just won, we're up here, we got to bring it down to here. And that's something that the psychologist and I are working on as well, and just being really tactical about the way we think, and making sure that the identity piece from the YouTube and the identity of the soccer might be actually 2 different people, and not in a fake way, but just in an alter ego type way. So you guys will hear me talk about this stuff a little bit more as I move more into the sessions with the group of the psychologist, that I'm working with, and the sports performance coach and stuff. And so that's just an extra piece that I'm going to be working on, because I think it's so important, in having that rock solid mindset and that iron mind, so to speak, and that awesome mindset is always super, super important. So that's been this week, guys. I'm actually filming this on Sunday, March 20th, and the team is actually getting back today. The team is getting back tonight. So we have Media Day tomorrow, and ideally, because of Media Day, I will be able to actually share with you where I am. It's been crazy weather, so you might not have known where we are in the middle of the country somewhere, but yeah, it's really exciting. I really like it here, and I'm really excited to go into training next week and just absolutely ball out. So that's sort of a short bit. I know this was sort of a talking video and sharing the story of this past week, and that it was a little bit difficult at the beginning, just to kind of swallow sort of my pride in being like, no, I can keep going. Well, not really, dude, because if the coach is noticing that you sound fatigued, or you look fatigued, or you're not performing at where you need to be performing, or where I was performing a week earlier, then, that's something that I have to take to heart. And it's not a personal attack. It's not, he doesn't think I'm not, it's not that he doesn't think I'm good enough or whatever. It's simply that I need rest, and mentally resting. I take a lot of responsibility upon myself to help the team and to be a leader there. And I think that this week has been a great reset. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little story. Moving into the next little phase of YouTube videos. You guys can expect some awesome boot content coming your way. I've got a special edition boot, a Nike boot that is, well, I'll just tell you, we've got the new special edition Wave Ignitus coming, the special edition like drop that they did like a remake of. I've got a Tiempo, or not Tiempo, well actually yes, a Tiempo Legend 9 Blackout special edition that I got custom made in the UK. And then, because I love Tiempos, that's my boot. And then a Nike Premier 3. I finally got my hands on a pair. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're this deep blue color, and I'm really excited to show you those with you. So those are the boot reviews that are coming up. As far as other content goes, guys, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to follow the story of my mental journey? Do you guys want to see a little bit more training videos? I'm going to do my best to get starting to incorporate the drone footage and the GoPro in the locker room and that kind of stuff, which you guys will see, just because obviously once I share with you where I am and what team I'm on, that'll be so much easier, and I can definitely get that going, and you guys will meet more of my teammates. Obviously you guys have met Andres, he's amazing, he's a great dude, and we'll move on from there. So that is yeah, that's the thing. And what an absolutely stunning day. Oh my goodness, it's been so lovely the last couple days. I've enjoyed being outside and trained. Andres and I trained yesterday outside. It was raining a little bit, but it was that like misty rain, so it was just, oh, the ball was skipping on this our beautiful turf field so nicely. So absolutely fantastic day. Let's also take a minute to stop and remember the Barcelona game today, which was 4-0 to Barca. Absolute spectacle. It was one of the most spectacular games I've seen them play in a very long time. Xavi Hernandez is doing an incredible job at the club. Oh my goodness, it was an absolute joy. For those of you Madrid fans, you guys keep subscribed to the channel, or you don't have to. No, I'm just kidding. It was a beautiful game, and you have to admit, Barca played a beautiful style of football, so that was really fun to see. And yeah, 4-0. Aubameyang scored twice, Ferran Torres scored, and who else had the fourth goal? I'm trying to think. Oh, Araujo, who played right back. He's a center back who played right back. Hey, I'm telling you guys, having mobility as a player, being able to play multiple different positions, is one of the best things you can do for your career. It genuinely is amazing, helps coaches to be able to have you in the team, place you wherever, and it does make a big difference in playing time, and also in faith that if something were to happen, you could play multiple different positions. In this case, Araujo played right back, and he's usually a center back, so point made. So back at home, and I'm actually not gonna have Emma on camera. She was not really keen to come in here and talk about it, but we had a short conversation, and the long story short is that it went very well. This week was great. Really nice to hit the reset button, get hydrated, get really recovered, and just get ready for the next week and 2 weeks prior to season starting. So very excited for it. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, go down in the comments. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the next couple weeks, pre-season basically. And as always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.